Hello guys, thanks for watching Max the Service where I'm trying to provide my best with few steps. First we discuss concepts and then we go with use case. After use case discussion, apart from architecture design, we also cover all of this with practical example. Okay, so today we are going to discuss uh, AWS RDS relational database system, relational database service, and it's a 10th session of Cloud Practitioner. I hope you are enjoying and you are learning a lot from this series, and I'm still trying my best level so that you can learn more and more. Okay, so in previous session we have discussed and learned what is AWS VPC peering, create AWS VPC itself, and create AWS EC2 instance within that VPC. As we know, whenever we create account, we get default VPC, and within that VPC we can create number of EC2 instance. So I hope you enjoyed what is VPC peering and how we can communicate between them. And today it's a very good session because every system, most of the time, we need a database, and today we will be discussing relational database service. What Amazon provide us regarding relational database service. First we will discuss its overview, availability and durability, how Amazon provide us availability in any shortage, any disturbance, and durability of data, admin burden, how Amazon provide a feasibility to reduce the burden of admin level, and also it provides scalability. Scalability mean whenever we need some more instance or more data, it will automatically be provided. Manage and cost, how we can manage automatically with the AWS, and how we can cover cost of RDS. Apart from all of this, we will look into this the security of RDS. So as we have discussed that this session is first session of RDS where we will be discussing uh, concepts only. Okay, and in next section we will be discussing use case, and then we will go actual implementation. So let's start for this session. It's our database in practice, and let's see how it help us.
Amazon Relational Database Service. Amazon RDS Overview. Amazon RDS is a managed relational database service. Amazon RDS makes it easy to set up, operate, and scale a relational database in the cloud. It provides cost-efficient and resizable capacity, while automating time-consuming administration tasks, such as hardware provisioning, database setup, patching, and backups. It frees you to focus on your applications. Amazon RDS provides you with 6 familiar database engines to choose from, including Amazon Aurora, PostgreSQL, MySQL, MariaDB, Oracle Database, and SQL Server. You can use the AWS Database Migration Service to easily migrate or replicate your existing databases to Amazon RDS. Here are the key benefits. Easy to administer. Amazon RDS makes it easy to go from project conception to deployment. You can use the Amazon RDS Management Console, the AWS RDS command line interface, or simple API calls to access the capabilities of a production-ready relational database in minutes. You do not need to worry about infrastructure provisioning, installing, and maintaining database software. Highly scalable. You can vertically scale your database's compute, memory, and storage resources with only a few mouse clicks or an API call, often with no downtime. Many Amazon RDS engine types allow you to launch one or more read replicas to offload read traffic from your primary database instance. Available and durable. Amazon RDS runs on the same highly reliable infrastructure used by other Amazon Web Services. When you provision a multi-AZDB instance, Amazon RDS synchronously replicates the data to a standby instance in a different availability zone, AZ. Amazon RDS also has many other features that enhance reliability for critical production databases, including automated backups, database snapshots, and automatic host replacement. Fast. A DB instance is an isolated database environment running in the cloud. You can provision new RDS instances only in a few minutes. Amazon RDS supports the most demanding database applications with fast performance. You can choose between two SSD-backed storage options. In addition, Amazon Aurora provides performance on par with commercial databases at 1/10 the cost. Secure. Amazon RDS makes it easy to control network access to your database. It lets you isolate your database instances by running them in Amazon VPC and connect to your existing IT infrastructure through an industry-standard encrypted IPsec VPN. Many Amazon RDS engine types also offer encryption at rest and encryption in transit.
Okay, guys, so we have discussed all these pillars in overview, like manageability, scalability, availability, security, and from admin point of view. So we will go in more detail uh, one by one, right? So move to the next slide.
Amazon Relational Database Service features. Availability and durability. Amazon RDS also offer features to enhance availability and durability for your production workloads. Turned on by default, the automated backup feature of Amazon RDS will back up your databases and transaction logs and saves them securely in Amazon S3 for a user-specified retention period. Your automatic backup retention period can be configured to up to 35 days. Automated backups enables point-in-time recovery for your database instance. It allows you to restore your database instance to any second during your retention period, up to the last 5 minutes. Database snapshots are user-initiated backups of your instance, stored in Amazon S3, that are kept until you explicitly delete them. You can create a new instance from a database snapshots whenever you desire. Although database snapshots serve operationally as full backups, you are billed only for incremental storage use. Amazon RDS will automatically replace the compute instance powering your deployment in the event of a hardware failure. Amazon RDS multi-AZ deployments provide enhanced availability and durability for database instances, making them a natural fit for production database workloads. When you provision a multi-AZ DB instance, Amazon RDS automatically creates a primary DB instance and synchronously replicates the data to a standby DB instance in a different availability zone, in the same or a different region. In case of an infrastructure failure, Amazon RDS performs an automatic failover to the standby. The standby DB instance is promoted to become the primary DB instance. Data is replicated back to a new standby DB instance to retain high availability. Since the endpoint for your DB instance remains the same after a failover, your application can resume database operations as soon as the failover is complete. No manual administrative intervention is needed.
Okay, great. We have learned how Amazon make available in case of any mishap, and how it is durable because it's internal automation and provision of resources within database, like processor or storage. Each and everything is being by Amazon, right? Where there is no any burden of administration side, there is no any manual work. So this is the benefits of availability and durability. So let's move to the next slide, where how lower burden it's create for admin, right?
Amazon Relational Database Service features. Lower administrative burden and performance. First, let's start with the features that help you lower administrative burden. It is easy to use. When you create an Amazon RDS DB instance, you can choose the database engine, storage capacity, CPU, and memory of the instance. The DB instance class determines the computation and memory capacity available to a DB instance. Amazon RDS supports three types of DB instance classes. Standard, for general purpose instances. Memory optimized, for memory intensive applications. And burstable performance DB instance class for burstable instances, with the ability to burst to full CPU usage. Amazon RDS database instances are pre-configured with parameters and settings appropriate for the engine and class you have selected. You can launch a database instance and connect your application within minutes. In addition, DB parameter groups provide granular control and fine-tuning of your database. A DB parameter group acts as a container for engine configuration values that are applied to one or more DB instances. Automatic software patching. RDS will make sure that the relational database software powering your deployment stays up to date with the latest patches. You can exert optional control over when and if your database instance is patched. Best practice recommendation. Amazon RDS provides best practice guidance by analyzing configuration and usage metrics from your database instances. Recommendations cover areas such as database engine versions, storage, instance types, and networking. You can browse the available recommendations and perform a recommended action immediately. Schedule it for their next maintenance window, or dismiss it entirely. Performance. Amazon RDS provides three storage types, which differ in performance characteristics and price, which means that you can tailor your storage performance and cost to the needs of your database workload. Amazon RDS General Purpose Storage, also known as GP2, is an SSD-backed storage option that delivers a consistent baseline of 3 IOPS per provisioned gigabyte and provides the ability to burst up to 3,000 IOPS above the baseline. This storage type is suitable for a broad range of database workloads. Amazon RDS Provisioned IOPS Storage, also known as IO1, is an SSD-backed storage option that's designed to deliver fast, predictable, and consistent I/O performance. You specify an IOPS rate when creating a database instance, and Amazon RDS provisions that IOPS rate for the lifetime of the database instance. This storage type is optimized for I/O-intensive transactional OLTP database workloads. You can provision up to 40,000 IOPS per database instance. In addition, Amazon RDS also supports magnetic storage, also known as standard storage, for backward compatibility. We recommend that you use general purpose SSD or provisioned IOPS for any new storage needs.
Okay, great. So from admin side, admin point of view, admin don't need to ever have to backup manually. Admin don't need to select criteria of scalability, and there is also provided log management system, and also there is a different type of storage, and it's automatically being managed and done by Amazon RDS, right? So let's move to the next slide, where we will be discussing manageability and cost effectiveness. Sorry.
Amazon Relational Database Service Features. Manageability and cost effectiveness. Here are the Amazon RDS key features related to manageability. Monitoring and metrics. Amazon RDS provides Amazon Cloud Watch metrics for your database instances at no additional charge. You can use the RDS Management Console to view key operational metrics, including compute, memory, storage capacity utilization, I/O activity, and instance connections. Amazon RDS also provides enhanced monitoring, which provides access to over 50 metrics, including CPU, memory, file system, and disk I/O metrics, as well as Performance Insights. Performance Insights is an easy-to-use database performance tuning and monitoring tool that helps you quickly access the load on your database and detect performance problems. Event notifications. Amazon RDS can notify you using email or SMS text message of database events through Amazon SNS. You can use the AWS Management Console or the Amazon RDS APIs to subscribe to over 40 different database events associated with your database instances. Configuration governance. Amazon RDS integrates with AWS Config to support compliance and enhance security by recording and auditing changes to the configuration of your DB instance, including parameter groups, subnet groups, snapshots, security groups, and event subscriptions. Here are the key features related to cost effectiveness. Pay only for what you use. There is no upfront commitment with Amazon RDS. You simply pay a monthly charge for each database instance that you launch. When you're finished with a database instance, you can easily delete it. Reserved instances. Amazon RDS reserved instances give you the option to reserve a DB instance for a 1 or 3 year term, and in turn receive a significant discount compared to the on-demand instance pricing for the DB instance. Stop and start. Amazon RDS allows you to easily stop and start your database instances for up to 7 days at a time. This makes it easy and affordable to use databases for development and test purposes, where the database is not required to be running all of the time.
Okay, great. We have also seen that how Amazon AWS RDS provide us manageability, where we can manage our database with different options, and we also have cost effectiveness, how we can decrease our cost. It can be automatically release resources when if there is no any need for that, and a lot of more. So we also have a number of types regarding event notification. We can governance on configurations. We can monitor the metrics, and we can identify the uh, pain points of our database's performance. Okay, so let's move to the next slide, and which is scalability.
Amazon Relational Database Service Features. Scalability. Here are the key features for scalability. Push button compute scaling. You can scale the compute and memory resources, vertically up or down, up to a maximum of 32 vCPUs and 244 GB of RAM. Compute scaling operations typically complete in a few minutes. Easy storage scaling. The Amazon Aurora engine will automatically grow the size of your database volume as your database storage needs grow, up to a maximum of 64 terabytes, or a maximum you define. The MySQL, MariaDB, Oracle, and PostgreSQL engines allow you to scale up to 64 terabytes of storage, and SQL Server supports up to 16 terabytes. Storage scaling is on the fly, with zero downtime. Amazon RDS read replicas provide enhanced performance and durability for RDS database (DB) instances. It helps to offload read-heavy database workloads. You can create one or more read replicas of a given primary DB instance within an availability zone, cross-AZ or cross-region. The read replica operates as a DB instance that allows only read-only connections, while master or primary DB instance allows both read and write connections to your application. Updates made to the primary DB instance are asynchronously copied to the read replica. Using read replicas, you can elastically scale out beyond the capacity constraints of a single DB. This increases the aggregate read throughput. Let's look at a common use case. You want to run a reporting application that performs some analytics on the RDS database. In order to reduce the read traffic in the primary database, you can create a read replica for the reporting application to read data directly from the read replica instead. Read replicas can also be promoted to standalone DB instances as a disaster recovery solution if the primary DB instance fails. As you can see, read replica helps scaling out read operations. What about write operations? Amazon Aurora Multi-Master Clusters feature provides the capability to scale out both your read and write operations. In a multi-master cluster, an Aurora cluster consists of a set of master database nodes and a shared storage volume across multiple availability zones for high availability and durability of user data. All DB instances can perform read and write operations. The multi-master cluster doesn't use the failover mechanism because it doesn't need to promote another DB instance to have read-write capability. It offers continuous availability. Any DB instances in this case can take over the work of the failed instance.
Okay, it's really great that because this is the feature we mostly demand, where we have lot of search criteria or readability, where we need number of reads maximum. Then this Amazon actually provide a mechanism where we can create replica for read only, right? And we can have our primary database for read and write. For this example, I can provide you in Facebook, if you have create your profile and the same time your friend or anyone else cannot, if try to search, it is there is no any guarantee to be available at the same time, because they have a replica where user can read, but for creation of uh, Facebook profile, it is all created in primary database. So in these situations, definitely we recommend cloud computation apart from these RDS services. So let's move to the next slide, which is almost last one. It's a security.
Amazon Relational Database Service features. Security. Here are the key features. Network isolation. AWS recommends that you run your database instances in a virtual private cloud, VPC, which allows you to isolate your database in your virtual network. VPC enables you to run a DB instance within a private subnet, making it secure from direct public routes on the internet. You can control network access to your DB instances in VPC using security groups at the instance level and network ACLs in the subnet level. VPC traffic are connected to your on-premises IT infrastructure using industry-standard encrypted IPsec VPNs and can be further inspected by your on-premises security infrastructure, including network firewalls and intrusion detection systems. Resource level permissions. Amazon RDS is integrated with AWS Identity and Access Management, AWS IAM. It provides you the ability to control the actions that your AWS IAM users and groups can take on specific Amazon RDS resources, from database instances through snapshots, parameter groups, and option groups. You can also tag your Amazon RDS resources and control the actions that your IAM users and groups can take on groups of resources that have the same tag and associated value. For example, you can configure your IAM rules to ensure developers are able to modify development database instances, but only database administrators can make changes to production database instances. Encryption at rest and in transit. Amazon RDS allows you to encrypt your databases using keys you manage through AWS Key Management Service, AWS KMS. The database uses a customer master key stored in AWS KMS to encrypt the data keys, which encrypt the data at rest in the database. Its automated backups, read replicas, and snapshots are also encrypted. Amazon RDS supports transparent data encryption, TDE, in SQL Server and Oracle. Transparent data encryption in Oracle is integrated with AWS Cloud HSM, which allows you to securely generate, store, and manage your cryptographic TDE master encryption keys in single-tenant hardware security module, HSM, appliances within the AWS Cloud. With TDE, the database software encrypts data before storing it on disk. In addition, Amazon RDS secure data in transit. You can use Secure Socket Layer, SSL, or Transport Layer Security, TLS, from your application to encrypt a connection to a RDS DB instance.
Okay, great. In this session, we have learned
Amazon Relational
different things
Database Service features. Security. To encrypt a connection to a RDS DB.
like uh, first one was isolation, where we can have RDS in isolated VPC, virtual private cloud, and second one was encryption. All data is encrypted while transferring from one point to another point, and also it's provide IAM, identity and access management, where admin can provide and set rules for different users, so that if you don't want someone to modify or create any data in the database or any record in the database, then you can only assign and set rule for that particular user, only read only. So these apart from it, because in early ages we do a lot of this manually and we have to use programs and third parties. So right now we are having we are having actually all in one place, and that is AWS providing us. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and I believe you have enjoyed this session as well. And uh, 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 in next session, definitely we will be covering uh, 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 in next session we will be working on use case of relational databases, and uh, please don't forget to subscribe and like. If you have already subscribed, don't forget to share this video in your circle, and please don't